My name is Helena Long, and this is my entry for BeTheNextBestSellingAuthor.com competition sponsored by the Simplyology Bestseller Blueprint. I will never forget how completely and totally I was sure. I sat in my small car in my friend's driveway and somehow knew beyond any shadow of any doubt that now it would happen. I wished I could somehow tell Eve not to worry, that it would happen. But since I didn't know how I knew, and I didn't know how or when it would happen. Eve's daughter Becky had been married 8 years. For 5 years, Becky and Will had been trying to have a child. Eve shared her daughter's pain and sorrow at being childless, and also worried about the effect on Becky of the in vitro fertilization she'd been trying for 2 years, each time with such high hopes, and each time being brought crashing back down to the reality of no baby. But that day, Eve told me Will had finally agreed adoption would be okay. There was a 5-year government waiting list for a healthy baby boy or girl, but also the chance of a privately arranged adoption sooner. That day in my car, in every cell of my being, somehow I knew that a baby for Will and Becky was somewhere on its way. Through a network of contacts, I had helped my brother and his wife find a baby to adopt. Perhaps I could do the same for Becky and Will. Months later, tears glistened in Will's eyes as he held his tiny, hour-old daughter in his arms and asked, "How can we ever thank you?" I had to look away from the raw emotion and stare at the floor for a few moments before answering, "Just be a good mom and dad." What Will didn't know, and what I had had no way of knowing that day in Eve's driveway 10 months earlier, was that the baby he so lovingly cradled in his arms was my granddaughter.